Alright guys, the weekend's coming to an end, but because it is the weekend, of course there's not a lot of volatility on the charts. Today is going to be another shorter video, just kind of rehashing why I am still bullish, and I think the low is either in or it's about to be in, and the September dump is going to be over very shortly, and we should start a bit of a September rally, especially going into those Fed rate cuts, which I've actually repeatedly said on this channel is not a bullish catalyst because they're cutting to stimulate the economy, which means the economy is weak, the economy is broken, so they're having to try to fix it, which they may be able to do with cuts, but that has a lagging effect, and it usually takes at least 6 months for those cuts to actually work their way into the economy, to actually prop up those companies and for the markets to start going into a bull run once again. So with the Fed cutting rates, with the inverted yield curve where it's at, I do think a recession is coming soon. I don't think it's going to be a soft landing, but does that mean that it's imminent? And I don't necessarily think it's imminent. I think we're going to have this big blow off top, this big euphoria before we do enter them. We don't enter recessions when everybody is bearish, and what I see in the markets right now is that everyone is bearish. So those are some of my general thoughts on the market, but I want to get into the Bitcoin price action a little bit. Before we do that though, I got to announce I have another exchange partner, and this one's pretty cool because I've been using them for quite some time. This is actually my favorite exchange, and that's going to be MEXC. So yeah, if you want an awesome if you want an awesome exchange that has a ton of trading pairs, definitely go ahead and check out MEXC. Link is in the description down below, and get some exclusive rewards and benefits that are only available if you use my referral link to sign up. So yeah, don't miss out on that, but let's go ahead and talk about the Bitcoin price action. So like I said, still the weekend. Very much still the same price as yesterday. We're just chopping within this range as expected. We jump in here to the hourly time frame. We pull some simple fibs just to see how price is reacting on these, and we tap to the 0.5, so you can see swing low, swing high. Tap to the 0.5, pretty pixel perfect. We zoom in here, we'll get the visible range volume profile of this range within here, and you can see on the right hand side that is going to fill for us, and we have back tested this point of control. So let's see if this is the hold, and we actually start flipping value area high. Potentially the low's already in, the retrace is already over, and this is just going to go violently higher, assuming we can back test all these levels as support. But as I stated yesterday, I'm actually looking for a little bit lower. I'm looking to take trades on Monday or Tuesday. I don't really mess with stuff on the weekend, so don't be too surprised if we get something like this going into Monday or Tuesday, or even at night before the US markets opened during the EU session. But yeah, overall, even though we lost all of these kind of volume levels that I had within here, that's no problem because this low volume gap is acting as support as low volume gaps do. You know, we talked about this on the weekly time frame. I'll re-show it real quick. This big weekly low volume gap, very important level on the chart right here, and we are holding this very, very nicely, forming this nice macro double bottom that I do believe is going to send us at least up into all-time highs. And not only with what sentiment is telling me right now, but also what this fractal is telling me. The descending channel into recession fears is very, very similar to what we saw back in 2020 before we had our big bull run. You see back here the 2019 bear market rally, and then we consolidate for quite some time. Could this just be the end of the bear market rally's consolidation? And this is the recession fears that we just had, and then we go ahead, Fed cuts rates, and then we have this big euphoric run up potentially. But like I just said, Fed cutting rates usually marks tops, so what I actually expect to happen is a much more conservative case. We go ahead, we actually do the breakout, so we're right here right now. We do the breakout, and then this becomes a deviation, swing failure of the highs, and that's where you actually enter the bear market. But we'll see. I can't really predict the future. I just gotta say though, on a fractal basis, this descending channel looks very similar to what we're in right now, and we could see some sort of massive rally. Do I think it's going to be this drastic? Probably not, but it depends. If the US actually uses it as a reserve asset and the world certifies Bitcoin as a true utility commodity currency that can be traded across the world, it's got a lot of fundamentals that do work out for that and make it better than gold. So why wouldn't it catch up to gold in market cap? And we could see massive prices on Bitcoin that most people just are not expecting. Now what I want to do is talk about Total 3, because I showed an image of this in yesterday's video, but I didn't actually talk about it. So let me show you what was in the thumbnail and all of that stuff. Essentially, I had just drawn out a box of support within here, arbitrarily based off of previous highs and consolidation range that we had within here. So you could take this from a number of places. This is the widest range you can have for this support resistance flip level. I went ahead and took it actually here because you see it flip into support. So essentially I'm going to take this from the top of these wicks to kind of where there shows value with these bodily candle closes within there. I think this is a massive support resistance flip level, essentially, right? Resistance flipped into support, still holding as support. So I do think, this is looking very, very good structurally for, again, double bottom playing out here on the altcoin market. And I do think this is foreshadowing a proper altcoin season that actually could be more violent than I was thinking. I was originally thinking back here we were going to fractal something similar to this, just replicate a fractal of that, and then this would be the top for the market. But with this extended consolidation period and a full Wyckoff accumulation, if this is truly macro accumulation breakout backtest, then our targets would actually be much higher, and we could see a complete price discovery here on the altcoin market where we do see this go absolutely bananas. But of course, like I said, we got to see recession fears actually properly go away. We got to see traditional finance show strength, and we got to see Bitcoin actually break out convincingly, not just do a upthrust after distribution where it does top out at around $75 to $85, $90,000, which is still my base case. That's my conservative case. I do expect we're still going to do something like this, but with this setup right here, we could be fractaling once again something more similar to 2020, where this thing goes ballistic and we could see some crazy prices on the altcoin market. I'm not ruling that out of the equation, but we'll see what happens. Only time will tell. All I know is that I can get bearish at support, and I'm actually very, very excited for these coming months. But if you have any questions about anything I talked about, or just want to join the community for this channel, link to my Discord is in the description down below. VIP Discord is below that link if you're at all interested. It's still a work in progress, so 25% off right now. That is not a signals group, by the way. Also below those links are my exchange partners, so definitely go ahead and check out those exchanges. New one is Mexi. I love them, so definitely don't miss out on those exclusive rewards and benefits for all the exchanges. They all offer their own individual perks. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.